Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today is an exciting day. Today is my first day back in the ICU since I had my baby, and it's a bittersweet moment. Like, it's really a bittersweet moment. I really don't know how to feel about it. I'm excited to get back to work simply because mama got bills. Baby got bills, and family just got bills. We got things to pay off, we got goals to hit. And at first, the main thing was to stay out of work, but this would be the best option, and I am excited to go back. Now, with me being excited to go back, I am, there's the bittersweet moment because I did not want to leave my baby boy this morning. Ultimately, it's probably the best so that I can get used to just, still having a life for myself, still being able to live life without feeling guilty. Because although I'm working for him. Like, I'm not going to be... Anyway, my alarm went off and it shut the thing off. So, but yeah, I'm not going to be doing no crazy hours or leaving him like 6 days out of the week. No, that's not the case. I am strictly going back to work to just supplement my income, be able to refinance my car, to lower down the payments, get some stuff off my credit, because I really, really have some like big goals that I want to hit, and things that I want to do. So yeah, I figured since today is the first day back to work, why not do another get ready with me, or not even get ready with me because I'm already dressed, but a come to work with me type of thing. And also, I am going to be starting a new series on the channel called Mommy Diaries, because I just feel like as a new mom, I have so much to learn. And I'm not going to be the first person that ever goes through this, but I really want to document this journey for myself just to see how much I grow throughout the years, throughout the months, however I want to document it. And I'm excited, especially because there's going to be other young women who gets pregnant, whether they're married or unmarried, that's going to need some help and some guidance, and know that they're not the only ones to feel like this. So yeah, I'm going to keep driving. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. There you go. So this morning started off a little crazy. So this morning I could not get my badge because the badging office was closed, and unfortunately they're not open until Monday. So when I tried to log in to look at my patients and my patient orders and their documentation and stuff from yesterday, just to make sure that everything was what they said it was going to be, I couldn't. So that was interesting. So that didn't get fixed until like 9 o'clock. It was not fun. So I had to have my charge nurse log in and look underneath and write down the orders and the medications, which I just feel like, it's not my manager's fault, because she did make sure I had clearance, but they just didn't give my badge and let them know like, hey, she's going to be here sooner. So that was a little frustrating, because I felt like that put me behind, but I wound up catching up, thank God. So that was interesting. I have both sad cases. One patient, they did not give her insulin. She came in DKA, and because they were not giving her insulin all day, she went back into DKA. And her temperature was freaking 40. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, this is a mess. But it's crazy. Our unit is pretty short, unfortunately. So I'm going to try to keep you guys updated. I'm trying to be attentive when I'm in the room, especially because I work day shift, so I have a lot of family here today. But so far, it hasn't been bad. It's just been pretty crazy not having my initial login. Thankfully, I can chart now. Obviously, that's what I'm doing. But usually by this time, I like to be able to like bathe my patients, bathe them, turn them again, get them comfortable. But we'll get it done, no problem. So yeah, y'all. Oh, I checked on my baby. He's fine. He's sleeping. I really miss my boo boo. See ya. We should be doing rounds soon, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so they moved the MRI to 4. It was going to be like 1:45, 2 o'clock. They moved it. So. Okay, that's fine with me. I don't have to rush now. I just hope by the time we go down there, I don't fill back up. I'm trying to empty as much as I can. It's not as bad though, because now he's spacing out, but let's see, I'm pumping now. Well, I wasn't pumping as much. Like when I first had him, I was pumping almost like every 2 hours on the dot, like feed him. But then I was producing so much milk, I was just in pain all the time. Yeah. So the more I produced. So then I slacked off. My pediatrician was like, he doesn't even need that much, so you don't need to produce that much. And then probably like 2 weeks after I had him, I solely just breastfed him all the time. And then because I knew I was coming back to work, I was like, well, it's time to like get some more milk so that I can keep it stationed, or not stationed, but stored for him while I'm like at work.
We had to buy a small refrigerator,
Mm-hmm.
small freezer to store it. I never used it because I always.
Yeah, I have his little freezer in there, so Dad has them and like is using it. But I need to get one of those. It's like a chiller, so when I'm at work or if I'm on a vacation and he's with me, I'll pump and put it in the chiller, so that way I'm not freaking out about milk going bad. So. Okay, 21 minutes already. Alright, so I work today. I work again on Monday. Why would I work on Monday? Why would I do that to myself? Oh no. Monday I do a class. Yeah, so I have a class on Monday. The ABCD EF bundle class. It's like a bundle thing. So I work Monday. So that one is like from 8 to 12 at home. And then I have work on Friday. And I may pick up on Sunday because I can't work this Saturday. My husband's going to be out of town. So. Yeah, so that'll give me 4 days. Darn. Y'all. Alright, so it has been 2 days since I worked. And I wanted to follow up with you guys about working in ICU, because last time I talked to you guys, I was telling you how like it was, you know, a little hectic when I first came, because my badge wasn't given to me because they're only open Monday through Friday. I decided to work Saturday, although my original start date was today, because I had already worked there, so I already knew what to expect. And even though I was a traveler, I went through the whole orientation at that facility, and that was one of the things that I actually liked about the facility, because even though I was a traveler, they made sure that we knew like their major policies, went through some of the classes and stuff, just in case if we did decide to become staff. So after, you know, getting on the unit, finding out that I was having trouble logging in, I didn't have my glucometer strip to be able to scan, because we have the machines where you can't type it in, you have to scan your thing. I was a little frustrated because I'm like, okay, well, they knew I was working, all this should have been done, but at the same time, my managers, all they can do is just send the email and keep following up, but they can't make people like speed up the work or whatever. So eventually it did get fixed. It got fixed at 9, and Saturday, it actually wasn't too bad. Once I got situated, I did wind up leaving late, but I'll explain that. So I had 2 patients. One patient, unfortunately, was, you know, suffering from cancer that had metastasized, and we were basically treating her because she had came in with pain, but then she became unresponsive, so and was having bleeding, so we had to intubate her. They intubated her the night before I came in, so Friday night. For me, taking care of patients like this is always like a bittersweet, because the bitter part of it is like she has cancer. This particular patient was young, and it just hurts your heart, because you're like, dang, you're like so young, and like life just changes automatically, like out of nowhere. So it was really hard to see it, because, you know, sometimes we work with people who are so used to death or certain conditions that they're just so muted and so jaded about it that they just don't have emotions towards the patient or the situation. But then, you know, the sweet part about it was my particular patient was a patient of faith, particularly Christianity. She was a strong believer of Christ. She is a strong believer of Christ. I'm going to say in present tense because she's still with us. Strong believer of Christ. Family is very, very strong Christian based. Strong believers of her healing and everything, but they're also very realistic. And I know it's harder for the parents to go through this, especially me being a new mom. It's like, as a parent, you want to do everything you can for your baby. But in that situation, I know they're like, I want to do everything, but I also know I can't. But the sweet part was just knowing that there are believers that are very, very realistic, but also very strong in their faith. My second patient, this is where I wanted to talk to y'all about, because my second patient, her situation really, really pissed me off. This lady, she was a little older. This patient was older, maybe, but came in DKA and got her situated, got her healthy, and she was on like the floor. When I say floor, I mean like medical surgical floor, step down, like basically on her way out. And for whatever reason, she was not receiving her medication, like her insulin. So she was eating, she came in walking, talking, but she was eating, and instead of them checking on her, making sure her blood sugar was regulated and insulin was given, knowing that she came in with the DKA and that they did have to eventually get her, ion gap closed and everything, they were not giving it to her at all. Instead of calling the pharmacy and saying like, hey, we're missing medication, can you send it up? Or making sure to give it on time, it just was not given. And it was not documented. Like, there's no reason for it not to be given, but if you're not going to give something, please document it. Like, so this poor patient went back into DKA, began to have like seizure-like activity, became unresponsive. Temperature was 40. Temperature was 40, guys. Like, what? And I was like, what? Like, what? When I say 40, I mean 40 degrees Celsius, which is very high, over 101 Fahrenheit, and had been like that for a while. Don't know how long she's been having this fever. No Tylenol was given, no interventions was done, no ice was put on her, and this person essentially was unresponsive. So when I came, when we got her in the ICU, they had to start the insulin drip, give her fluids, cool her down, and all this stuff. So when I got her, I'm trying to get her to respond and see, can I turn your sedation off? Are you able to talk? Are you able to move? And it just pisses me off because this is not the first time that I have had a patient like that where all of a sudden their medication, all of a sudden out of nowhere their medication was just not given. I often see it in like psychiatric patients when, they might go into catatonic states or they're not able to swallow. Instead of nurses asking the provider, or even the provider recognizing, hey, this person is not able to take this medication by PO, let's prescribe it in a different form, such as IM or IV, however it may be given, they just decide not to give it. And when it comes to insulin is so dangerous because for a person who constantly goes into DKA, you need that medication to stay on top of it. But also for a patient with diabetes or insulin issues, you need to be able to give the insulin, monitor the blood sugar, but also you want to monitor what else, like with their symptoms. It's just like I just don't understand why they would not give it to her at all. It's not like her blood sugars were like 70s or 65s or 50s, which are really low. Well, 50s are low and 65 is like borderline low. The normal is like 70 to 100, but why would you not give it to her? Like all her blood sugars was like 160s, 170s, so it's like I know different facilities have different ranges, but for our particular range, that required insulin. So now it's just like, I just wonder, like, is there damage done? Like, is there going to be reversible damage? Reversible injuries? It's just so many ideas and so many thoughts that I had. And then this particular day, for whatever reason, the doctors did not want to do rounds or did rounds on the particular floor, but not with other nurses. So instead of coming to the nurses and saying, hey, I'm going to put in X and Y, Z orders, look out for this, look out for that, you didn't really hear anything from them unless you went to them yourself. And then like 4 o'clock, well, they put in for an MRI, called MRI, it was so busy, But then around like 4:30, that's when we finally got the MRI. So 2 hours. So 2 hours away from both of from my patient on the floor plus my patient who's getting the MRI. So no medication was being able to be given except for the drips that I had already hung and made sure it was good. But y'all, like, getting back is like, it's really a bittersweet thing, because it's like, I feel like I can still learn. I'm still, learning a lot. But it's just like, here comes the foolishness. Yeah. Here comes the BS. So, yeah. So that's how my day went. It's interesting, I will say, but I'm going to keep an eye out. I'm going to keep looking and seeing what's up and go from there. So I hope you liked the day in the life. It's not like my other one where I'm like moving around and recording as much. Because it started off so bad, I just was like, yeah, I'm just going to try to wing it. But one thing I will do is I'm gonna bring out my report sheet and show you guys how I particularly write out my information and then report it for new grads. So, talk to you.